So, we're here in Manila with the great legendary champion Manny Pacquiao, Sean Gibbons. And Manny.
And are you excited to step into the ring again?
Yes.
What do you think of Barrios? He's a big, strong, he's young, he's sturdy. You have 16 years on him, Manny.
Don't worry about it.
When you see the Manny Pacquiao fight, what can you learn from that fight?
It shows that, combination punchers, that's how Pacquiao, was landing, his punches, combinations. And, it just shows you that, he is a great fighter, but I'm going into this camp, into this fight confident, know everything right with our game plan. And I'm going to try to execute it as best as I can.
Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao just had their first face-off with 50 days to go before fight night. The 46-year-old boxing legend is stepping back into the ring to face rising WBC welterweight star Barrios. While their age difference might seem like an unfair match, their stare-down told a different story. This isn't just a young fighter challenging an aging champ, it's a real clash of eras.
It was like, when I was growing up, he was always a fighter I was studying, I was always watching. It was always one of my favorites. It was so fucking just so technical, even when he was in danger.
Their face-off wasn't just about the boxers, it was legacy versus youth. Pacquiao stood proud, a symbol of decades of greatness, while Barrios showed hunger and raw energy. Fans are split on Manny's comeback. Many are thrilled to see him again, but others worry at 46. Can he really handle a top-tier fighter like Barrios? Time hits every fighter. Pacquiao's speed, reflexes, and prime might be behind him, and that makes his return feel both inspiring and uneasy.
But it's good. Good experience. We give a good action fight to the.
The wild card gym is alive again. The sound of punches, grunts, and determination fills the air. Manny Pacquiao, boxing's only 8-division world champ, is back. At 46, he's chasing welterweight glory once more. I'm still excited. Pacquiao told Boxing Scene, the passion's still there. After losing the May 12th Senate race in the Philippines, Manny shifted gears. On August 2nd, he'll fight WBC champ Mario Barrios, 30. But he's not taking it easy. I won't underestimate him, he said. With Freddie Roach back in his corner, Pacquiao is training like the old days, aiming to show a much sharper version of himself than fans saw in his recent exhibitions. I only trained 1 week for those exhibitions, Pacquiao admitted. This time, fans will see a good Manny Pacquiao. He's grinding daily, pushing himself like he used to. I'm here to put on a great fight and won't let the fans down. He's also inspired by recent wins from his promotional team Willy Baldo Garcia and Pedro Tadurin, who both won world titles. It makes me proud to help others achieve what I once dreamed of, he said.
10 seconds. But you have a mentality. Nobody has kids today just want to get paid. They don't want to fight the best. They don't want to challenge themselves. No, the payment or the earning or everything like that is that's the fruits of your labor. The fruits of your hard work, sacrifices. If you don't want sacrifices, then how can you harvest? There's a famous saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die.
Beating Barrios would give Pacquiao his 13th welterweight title, a journey that began in 2009, when he stopped Miguel Cotto in the 12th round. That winning feeling has stayed with him. Coming back means a lot, he said. I prayed for this chance. If he wins, Pacquiao would become the second oldest fighter ever to win a world title, something many think he can still do. WBA champ Rolando Rolly Romero is even eyeing a fight with him next. But Manny's not looking ahead. Will I fight again after Barrios? I don't know. One fight at a time.
So it's good, but I put the video up and all the comments were, thank you for saving boxing. Boxing needed you, man. They're happy. It's not the same without you. It's not as exciting. I'm so happy because not all of the boxers like me, giving me strength and physical strength, physical condition like me. Officially on my side.
This isn't the kind of prediction Pacquiao fans were hoping for. The truth is, many of Mario Barrios' biggest wins haven't been very convincing. He barely beat Olympian Bader Akhmedov and only edged out Fabian Maidana in either win was dominant. He faced Yordenis Ugas 2 years after Ugas beat a fading Pacquiao and a year after Errol Spence Jr. had already knocked Ugas out. Some try to hype Barrios up, pointing to his recent draw with Abel Ramos, but Ramos had lost 3 of his last 5 fights. The fact that he dropped Barrios and nearly beat him raised more doubts than confidence. In fact, some critics say Ramos had even less reason to get a title shot than Pacquiao, who, despite his age, is still a proven legend.
I've been in boxing for so long, and I'm still here, kicking, healthy. That's God's goodness. I mean, I always praise the Lord.
Manny, for all the fans and
Whatever
media,
happens, I always praise the Lord for everything's happened in my life. Because everything's happened in my life for a purpose, and the Lord, my God, is good always. Well, it's a true story. The way you started, very humble beginnings.
Comebacks like this aren't unheard of. People often bring up George Foreman, who won the heavyweight title at 45. But there's a catch: Foreman had fought 31 times over 7 years before that win, including 3 world title fights. Then there's Bernard Hopkins, who held titles at 49. But Hopkins never stepped away from boxing. He didn't retire, then return. He just peaked later and stayed active. That's a key difference. Pacquiao is trying to reclaim greatness after a long layoff, which makes his challenge even tougher.
Just living on a cardboard, no bed, to the cover of Time magazine. How many people could say that? It's like 10 different movies.
can you imagine sleeping in the street, like in the cartoon? And sometimes you eat, sometimes none. You have food, like, amazingly what I have done, what I have accomplished in life. It's because of God's goodness, mercy, and blessings. It's not because of my.
Barrios might not be the best champion in his division, but he's 29, active and sharp. He's fought 5 times since Pacquiao's last pro fight. Sure, he lost to Gervonta Tank Davis and Keith Thurman, but those fights gave him valuable experience. At his age, Barrios is still in his physical prime. And honestly, you don't have to be elite to beat a 46-year-old Pacquiao. In his recent exhibitions, Manny looked like his body couldn't keep up with his mind. Barrios is 6 feet tall, the tallest fighter Pacquiao's faced. But the real issue wasn't what Barrios did. It's what Manny didn't do. His timing and speed weren't there, making the bout tough to watch.
My ability or strength or knowledge, it's because of God's mercy and strength.
No, at one time you told me that you used to live in the gym and you had 1 bag of rice for everybody in the gym. How can you box with no nutrition?
That's right.
But you did it.
I did it because my mind is always focused on ahead. Like, I always think advance.
The Manny Pacquiao who lost to Yordenis Ugas had already slowed down. The version we see now looks even further past his prime. After that 2021 defeat, Pacquiao retired from boxing. Since then, he's had 2 exhibitions. The first, against influencer DKU, was easy, but his second, against pro K1 kickboxer Rukia Ampo, exposed just how much he's aged. He looked slow, off balance, and far from sharp. When Sporting News Australia asked Terence Crawford if Pacquiao could still win a world title, Crawford simply said, 50-50.
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. He's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and try his best. That's what Manny. One thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all.
Right now, Mario Barrios is a real challenge for Manny Pacquiao. At this point in his career, the fight could go either way. It's a true 50-50. If Pacquiao does win, he'll become the oldest welterweight world champion ever, breaking his own record from 2019 when he beat Keith Thurman at 40. It's also been confirmed that Pacquiao is back with legendary trainer Freddie Roach. The two were a team for 30 fights over 16 years before splitting in 2018 now. With his comeback fight set for July at age 46, few know Pacquiao's chance is better than Roach.
Rumor going around this week that Manny Pacquiao is going to return. What do you make of that?
I don't know. We shall see. I don't know.
Do you think he's too old at 46 to fight Barrios?
I can't say if he's too old or not. You know, if he get in there and win, then everybody will be saying different. So I don't put no limit on an all-time great like Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao is facing a huge test on July 19th as he challenges WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. One man who knows both fighters well is British boxing star Amir Khan, a silver medalist at the 2004 Olympics and former WBA and IBF light welterweight champion. Khan has trained and sparred with Pacquiao back in 2008 and also sparred with Barrios. This gives him a rare perspective on both men, making his recent comments in an interview with Sky Sports especially interesting.
Any thoughts on that fight with Mario Barrios? And is there any chance we see you still in there at 46?
Nah, at 46, I don't plan on being back in the ring, you know, but Mario Barrios is a great matchup for Manny Pacquiao. And I think, you know, at this age, it's a 50-50 fight for Manny Pacquiao.
Khan said sparring with Pacquiao was not only competitive, but also a real honor. He spent a lot of time in the ring with him, reportedly over 300 rounds. At one point, they were even close to fighting professionally. But despite all their time together, Khan sees Pacquiao's upcoming fight as a tough ask. I think it will be a fantastic fight, Khan told Sky Sports. But if I had to advise Manny, I'd say don't come back unless it's against someone like me who's also retired. That way, it's a fairer fight.
Beast, bro. I used to spar with him, and
that's why I think people thought that's a dangerous fight for Canelo because of where he was.
Me, it was perfect because why at that time was because I had just got beat by Prescott, and I went to America to train there to rebuild myself, and I needed somewhere to go, which is gonna make me train hard.
Did you feel you have to move away from the?
When you're facing a young, active fighter, it can be dangerous, Khan explained. He was rumored to fight Pacquiao for years, though it never happened. Just this April, the 38-year-old told TalkSport he'd be open to returning to face Pacquiao if the chance came. He's been out of the ring a long time, Khan added. Does he still have that fire in his belly? He believes Barrios will be fully motivated because a win over Pacquiao could change his life.
Man, distractions, yeah, it was crazy. And then when I went there, you know the first thing Freddie did the first week? Because jump in the ring with Manny Pacquiao and spar with him.
What was that like? Talk us through some sparring stories with Manny Pacquiao.
You will ever see.
It's on
YouTube. Yeah. That's the first ever spar we had. After that, no one ever recorded. I've got around about like maybe 300 rounds of spar with Manny, and there were some days we did really well. Some days we got the better of him. Some days we got better of me. But it was a really competitive spar. What Freddie would what Freddie would say about it was like two cocks. You throw them up and they'll fight each other. That's what you two were like. Speed versus speed, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it was an honor to be in the ring with.
Talks about it for a long time that he wants to fight again. But I don't know, there's nothing really that materialized from it, you know what I mean? As long as if we can get like a Turkey Sheikh or someone to put the money down and persuade Manny to do this, then it'll happen. But other than that, I don't think it'll happen.
You've been talking, I know you've always
we know each other, we spoke about it, but it's about the investment. If someone's willing to put the investment down, and we've not really got anyone.